Hi everyone, this is Jason from Lightspeed, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add a new employee to your Lightspeed Retail account. To begin, we'll click on Settings, and then we'll go to Employee Setup. From here you'll see a list of any existing employees you already have in your system, and if you'd like to add a new one, we'll go on up to New Employee in the upper right corner. So open a profile for a new employee and we'll enter in some basic information like their name, and we'll assign their role. Here you'll have the list of any default roles you have, any custom roles you've created, or a custom role specific to this employee. These all have assorted permissions already assigned to them, and you can learn more about those in our employee roles training video. In the meantime, let's take a look at custom for a quick overview. The Locations module will only load once the employee exists in your system, and to bring them into existence, we will click Save Changes. We can now see that we can allow access to all locations, or if I uncheck that and click Edit, we can change which locations they would have access to. So if I'm going to remove them from that location, they would only have access to the Gameporium, and then click Save. You can enter in contact information, as well as their address and email, and of course, the checkbox to indicate that you have consent from your employee to record their contact information and to send them emails or mail or to make phone calls. Once we have their profile created here, we do have some important work to do as well. They can't actually get into the system or do anything until we've resolved the sign-in section. So we'll go to Sign In, and this is where you'll create a login name for your employee. This should be an email address. It does not have to be an email address. The system will accept a simple word or name, but do keep in mind that if it's not a valid email address as their login name, they will not be able to recover their password on their own. The only way to recover your password at that point would be to contact Lightspeed support and have them reset the password. It takes a lot longer that way. Lines may be busy, so you're going to want to make sure that you have a proper email address here for your employee. Then have them set up a new password and retype that password. Every employee will have both a login name, which allows them to log into the system when the account is not already open, and they'll have a unique PIN. The PIN will allow them to unlock the screen when it is locked and will allow them to clock in and out as well. So let's set up a PIN for this employee. You'll also see the maximum number of employees you can have in your account and how many are currently available. Once we've created their login name and their PIN, we'll click Save Changes. And you have a few other pages to look at. Because we set this customer's role to custom, we have a rights section. You won't see this section if you've assigned a pre-existing employee role. The rights that they have will simply be the rights that are associated with that role. But because we said custom, this allows us to pick and choose which of these employee permissions we want to grant them. And I'm not going to go through these here. As I said, you can see our employee roles video to see what these look like. Hours will allow you to set the hours for the employee. Sales is a quick way to see what sales over which time period that this employee has made. And similarly with quotes and work orders, you can quickly see which quotes or work orders were made by this employee. If for whatever reason an employee has moved on to other pastures, you can archive and disable login. This will render it impossible for them to use their username and password to log into the system. It will disable their PIN from unlocking the lock screen, and it will archive them in your system. So when we go to employees, we will not see them listed here. However, If you show archived, then you'll be able to see them. Once your employee has been entered into the system and saved, if you lock the screen or need to clock them in or out, they can use their PIN number here, clock in. And if we lock the screen, their PIN will also allow them to unlock the screen. That concludes this video, but be sure to check out the Help Center for more information and videos.